All right, so here, let's get back to this Archon stuff. Archons are like machines. They're not organic like people. They're like demons, except they're artificial intelligence. They're like computers from a long time ago, but they don't like people. They're not the same as us. They're the equivalent of a demon or a jinn or whatever. If we look here, we read here, the Leone countenance, the first Archon to come in existence, is found in these are old books, but this is especially important here because it's AJ. That this Archon is Boath is clear from Ha itself. Remember, Ha is Satan, and Satan is Saturn, right? The Boath was indeed conceived as a lion's-headed or lion-shaped, is known from elsewhere. Aside from the literary sources, there are numerous amulets and special interests in the Jasper, blah, 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 it goes on. The obverse lists the names of the 7 archons in order given by Arianus. In the astrological setting, the firstborn archon must be the outermost of the planetary spheres, Saturn. So we know that Saturn is, remember, it was Ha Satan, this Ha Saturn, right? So the AJ thing. So we go over here, and here's the order. So here you have the AJ with the order, and here you have this lineup over here of Saturn, okay? So they're calling these original planets archons. And then there's a bunch of ones that come after that. They're like reproductions, and it's just like a virus, so to speak, that just keeps replicating. Okay? Remember this video I did the other day, this kid here? Cain 11. And then you see he's got this serpent shirt on. This will make sense in a minute. Bear with me. Cain, biblically, is the first guy that killed his brother. In the Gnostic text, Cain is Saturn, so that's that connection there. The 11 is one. It's just the 2 pillars. And remember, he was all whiny and bitching because people was beating him up. Okay, so we've established that. So let's find out what this AJ is here. So hang on. So I went and I copied from a description. It was in German from a book about this AJ, and here's what it says. Here's a translation. Pollute the angels through sexual intercourse with the daughters of people. In AJ, it is a conscious act of contamination and thus of manipulation of man. The serpent appeared to them because of the conniving is to be worshipped both by the seed of the archon of the world and those who came from it. So, hang on a second. So here's the AJ bit again. So this is all about, it's pretty much similar to the biblical situation. This connection between these things and those things. This serpent bullshit. Okay, this degraded state of man, this contamination and manipulation. Now I'm going to show you where just tonight I was watching this and I just had to laugh because this whole story is about power, like I told you, because they're using us for that reason. They're using us for energy. Okay, so I'm going to show you Tom Cruise with his new fucking movie and some guy interviewing him, how they slipped this in. So imagine the archons. It's like the Matrix, kind of. The archons are machines that are bleeding us of our energy for whatever purpose. That's really my idea of what's going on here. But let's watch here.
Then he's AJ. He's DC.
So he's AJ and he's DC. He's AJ, which is what? The AJ is in reference to what? The Archons? And Alex Jones. AJ is in reference to the Archons and the contamination and the pollution of mankind. Right?
We're in New Orleans with Tom Cruise taking over the Big Easy for his new Jack Reacher movie.
I like big fellas.
And AJ's grilling cruise for MI6.
So now they bring MI6 up. Okay? So now you've got AJ, right? You got MI6, you got the Archons. Here it gets better.
Secrets.
I love it. You're just working it. You're good.
So you got AJ, right? You got the dude called DC.
Angelina and the kids.
Hang
The
on.
new picks today.
So then you got Dickweed here pointing his finger. We all know where that finger went, right? Contamination of man, right? They make sure that you see the X here, right?
And
He's AJ.
He's AJ,
He's DC.
and he's DC. So it's the contamination, it's the power, it's the Archons.
we're in New Orleans with Tom Cruise
Yeah, we all know what happened in New Orleans, right? In the stadium. Yeah, we all know what happened.
taking over the Big Easy for his new.
What did it say? Tom Cruise, Jack, what? Did I see what I think I saw? Let me just check. Hang on. Yeah, there it is. Tom Cruise, Jack. Can you see it there? Jack Bleacher. Jack is an asshole. Bleacher. That's what whores do. They bleach their assholes. Oh, and this is nice. See the little cube that's yellow and pink here? Do you see it? That's not a circle. That's a hexagon.
Jack Reacher movie.
I like big fellas.
And AJ
AJ.
now on Extra.
So hopefully I got that right. Was it Bleacher or Reacher? It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. The bottom line is it's about the polluting and contamination and manipulation and worship. See, this kind of stuff was ripped out of what you call biblical text because they didn't want people to know anything about this. Although it follows a lot of the same storyline, it's a lot more in depth of explaining the stuff in the Bible that people can't understand. And I mean, little shit like this commercial here for this kid proves it. Why are they queuing in on the serpent? Over here it tells you right here that it's the serpent. The serpent. See it? There it is right there. The serpent appeared to them because of the conniving. Do you understand? In other words, we got took over by a bunch of fucking bullshit. And that's the way it is to this day. Cain Smith. Isn't it interesting that it's Cain? Let's get rid of that E, shall we? Because they just put that on there for fun. And who did I tell you Smith was? Who's Smith? Smith is Tubal Cain, right? The Smith, the iron worker, the troublemaker. He's AJ and he's DC. And then he says, you're working it. Yeah, they are working it. They're working it real good. So let's just go over this again. The Archons are machines. But not like your computer machine, but they're machinery. That's why when you see them on trying to reproduce human activity, they always fail. They look stupid. Those aren't actors, those are Archons. Okay? Let's just for 1 second stop. I forgot to throw this in. Remember the other day I showed you on that very commercial that we're just talking about? I said, remember that word? And this will tell you exactly who the Jews have sold us out to. Oh, this stuff gets even weirder, but this is just a beginner's thing. Ark Us Foundation. Ark Us, which biblically would be called Legion. And all this has to do with all this disgusting, grumpy, pumpy bullshit, but we'll get to that further down the road here. So you understand, it's Kane Smith from the Arcus Foundation. It has to do with Saturn. You know, then you got Tom Cruise. He's AJ, which talks about the contamination and manipulation of mankind by the Archons. And he calls him DC, which is what? Direct current. And then what's Tom Cruise say? Oh, you're working it. Yeah, they're working it all right. They're working it like they always have, because people are dumb shits. Interesting word, right? Dumb shit. It's because of the contamination. That's the affiliation with the sewer. Or, if you want to put it in street lingo, you're the shit, or he's the shit. You understand how they throw that in there? They make you worship your own failure. The Arcus Foundation. Well, so now we're off. It's still a Saturn thing, but we're moving in a direction where we're broadening it. You might be able to understand this easier than the biblical stuff. It all works towards the same end, and I don't mean that to be funny. An explanation is a better word.